Hey, so welcome back to Trefarr and an update for April 2023. I didn't do an update in March because I was busy doing getting everything ready, Newham Park Road for SuperTrain 2023 in Calgary. So I know there was a few people who didn't, weren't necessarily sure that I would get it done in time for sure, and there was a lot to do. But hey, by, as I said in my last video, by doing a little bit every day, we got it to the point where we were able to attend the show. So my friend John and I took it apart on Friday afternoon, took it all the way into Calgary. It's about 50k from here, and we had it set up, and it ran straight away, which was great. And there was just one connection where I put a red to black as opposed to a red to red and a black to black. So, but apart from that, everything came on, and it worked fine. So that was good. So then at the show, two other friends, that I modelled with here in Okotoks, came and helped, and I think it's quite interesting for them because as Canadians, they were getting some questions about British stuff which they didn't necessarily know the answer to. And then a friend of mine, Phil from Edmonton, another Brit, came down on the Saturday. He left at 5 o'clock from Edmonton to get down in time, and he helped to run some trains on the Saturday, and he brought down some locos himself, so we're able to run one or two of his locos on the track. So that was good. Sunday again went well, and then the three of us broke it down and brought it back, and as you can see, it's behind me here now. Not quite all back together. The backboards aren't on yet, none of the details are on, but it's all here ready to go, depending on what I want to do with it next. We did get a couple of invites for other events, but I'm not sure I'm going to take it out again. This was a kind of bucket list thing that I'd never done an exhibition before, so it was just good to do it. I did enjoy it. It was long, for sure. We learned a few things, certainly, taking more chairs and stools so that we could actually not stand on our feet all the time. It ran flawlessly, really. Had a little problem with a frog on some of the shorter engines, so I've got to look at that. So I don't know what that is, whether that's just a loose connection or not. But it was well received. I think the modelling stood up to comparison with other layouts that were there, and there were a couple of other British layouts as well. So we weren't the only ones, but. I think O Gauge, Modern Image, British, in Canada, was kind of, unique. So we had a lot of favourable responses and a lot of interest. A guy came along who worked on the advanced passenger train, which was kind of cool back in the day, and we met some really interesting people. So it was good, and generally people enjoyed what they saw, and it was great to interact with the public. So I'd call it a success for sure. I think people liked the level of detail that was on the layout, and appreciated the modelling that went into it. And of course, with the sound locomotives, an in-O gauge, you get such a better sound compared to some of the smaller scales. So I think that was quite interesting for people too. Not many rivet counters, which was good. There was one guy, apparently when I wasn't there actually, who suggested that semaphore signals were not appropriate for this period because they disappeared years ago. Well, the reality is, there are still stations in the UK today, including Truro, which is my hometown, where semaphore signals are still used. Those are slated for removal in I think by the end of this year, October I think it is. But hey, that was the only one who really decided to be a little bit pompous about what he knew. It was just a shame I wasn't there to be able to show him some pictures and put him straight. But overall, very good. It was tiring for sure. Layout stood up. A few things fell off some of the locomotives. One of the windows popped in on class 25. I've got an issue with the Flying Scotsman, so right in the last hour it seemed to give up the ghost. So but since coming back from the show, I haven't done any modelling at all. So there was so much activity leading up to it that I kind of have taken a break. But two sound chips arrived from the UK today, so I should be able to get the 31 and the Network Southeast Class 50 Courageous up and running here in short order. So yeah, in terms of future plans, then I've already got thinking about putting an extra board, one or two maybe, in between the Traverser and the existing 3 boards that are here today. So I've got some thoughts about that, thinking about doing an engineer's yard, but also I want to get back to Trefarr and do some more work there. So that's it, just a short update, and thanks for tuning in. It was definitely, despite all the hard work to get the layout ready, I definitely enjoyed the experience. It was great hanging out with the guys, and really appreciate them coming along and helping me run the layout over the 2 days. Almost 12,000 people visited the show, which is great, and special thanks to Phil also to come down from Edmonton to help out and supply some of his wisdom around actual real railways and how they work. So yeah, I had a really enjoyable time. Not sure I'll ever do it again because I've done it now, but who knows? We'll just see how that goes. Okay, so hopefully give you an update next month on some of the stuff. I think I'm gonna spend a bit of time weathering up some wagons and such like. So taking it easy. I am heading back to the UK for a visit tomorrow. Tour of duty to see some of the family, which will be nice. But as soon as I get back, then we'll be back at her. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and yeah, stay safe and enjoy your modelling.